Tutorial on making moss carpet. Moss carpet. Use different colored balls of yarn, ice strips of different colors, coral fleece of different colors. There are also milk cotton of various colors. There is also mohair. There is also love cotton. First, let me explain how to crochet coral fleece. All hooks require this kind of crochet hook with a tongue. I use the largest size. Take out one end of the coral fleece and put it in a loop on your hand. Crochet through the mesh. Be sure to put the entire needle through. Put the loop on the hook and pull it over. The first stitch needs a knot. Then hook the second stitch. After hooking a loop here, put the loop on the hook. Then crochet the next stitch. There can be 2 or 3 grids between each stitch. Then repeat this action. When we finish crocheting a row, need to switch to another row. Just pass the hook through the other row of mesh. After finishing, cut the thread. Put the thread through this loop and tighten it. Finally, hook the thread to the back of the carpet. The crochet method of coral fleece is completed. Next, let's talk about how to crochet the lover's cotton. First, you need this 7-10 centimeters small card. Prepare a 7 centimeters long lover's cotton. Take out the small card. Wrap the lover's cotton around the long side of the card like this, round and round. Then use scissors to cut the 2 sides of the loop. This way you will get a bunch of 7 centimeters long love cotton. Take out a love cotton. Fold it in half to form a loop. Put the love cotton on the crochet hook. Pull it over and then thread the hook back. Pull all the thread ends over. This is it. Repeat this action later. Isn't it very simple? Next, I will explain how to crochet the milk cotton loop. Take out the milk cotton. Find its 2 thread ends. Align. Form 2 strands. Crochet through the mesh. Then hook the thread end and pull it over. Tie a knot. Then you can start hooking the thread. After the hook passes through the mesh, hook the 2 strands of thread. Pull out a small loop slightly, then hook back. Hook the thread behind. The 2 threads pass through the small loop to form a large loop. Then hook the second stitch. Just repeat it all the way. When you finish hooking one row and need to switch to the second row, we directly hook through the grid line of the second row. Just repeat the previous crochet method. When you finish the last stitch, cut off the excess thread with scissors. Pull the thread through the small loop, then tighten it. Finally, use the crochet hook. Pull the thread end behind the mesh. It's done. How to hook the ice line. It's a bit similar to the milk cotton. First, turn the ice stripe in a small circle on your hand. Crochet through the mesh. Hook the small loop. Tighten. This is the same as the first stitch of the milk cotton. Hook the thread with the crochet through the small loop. Pull out a large loop. This completes the first stitch. Because the ice stripe line is thicker, so when you crochet the second stitch, you need to leave a grid in the middle. The following crochet method, it is the same as the milk cotton. After hooking, cut off the excess thread. The finishing is the same as the milk cotton. Put this thread through the small loop, then tighten it. Next, hook both thread ends to the back of the mesh. That's it. Next, let's talk about 2 ways to hook the ball line. One is the stacking method. The other is the flat laying method. Now let's talk about the flat laying method of the ball line. You need to cut off this thread end first, then start crocheting. Hook the hook directly to the middle of the ball line. Pull across the grid. Leave 2 or 3 grids empty in the middle. Hook the next one. Repeat this way. When you finish crocheting one row and need to switch to the next row, similarly, there are 2 grids in between. Then crochet the next row. When you finish, cut the thread ends with scissors. Put the last ball through this loop. It's done. Now let's talk about the ball line stacking method. Before hooking, you need to prepare the ball line first. First, cut the ball line into 2 balls form a section. The excess thread ends at both ends of the ball need to be cut off. Next, start crocheting. Fold the 2 balls in half. Form a circle in the middle. Hook the thread with the crochet hook and pull it over. Put one of the balls into the circle. This way, the ball line is done. When making the next ball line, you need to leave 2 or 3 grids in the middle. Then repeat the previous hooking method. The smaller the gap between the ball lines, the better the stacking effect. Here I have left 2 spaces for the stacking effect. Next, I will explain the mixed color hooking method. You need to prepare the line in advance before starting. First, find the 2 ends of the milk cotton. Align the 2 strands, then together with the mohair. Wrap it around the card. Then use scissors to cut both ends. This is it. When crocheting, take 2 milk cotton and 1 mohair. The crochet method is the same as that of lover cotton. Crochet through the mesh. Put the loop on the crochet hook. Drag the crochet hook over and then around. Pull the thread ends together. One place is done. Then repeat the crochet method. Like this crochet method for different colors of milk cotton. 2 threads in one place. Use 1 thread from each color. Just crochet it onto the mesh. Next, let's talk about how to make a ball of yarn. Take out the ball making machine. There are 4 sizes in a box. You can make balls of different sizes. Take out 2 balls of the same color. Align the raised point of one of them with the concave point of the other one. After the 2 sides are aligned, you can start winding the yarn. Keep winding like this until one side is fully wound. Pull the yarn to the other side and continue winding. When both sides are fully wound, hook the yarn ball. Cut the yarn ends with scissors. Next, cut along the gap in the middle of the yarn ball maker. After cutting both sides, the basic shape of the ball of yarn is basically formed. Then you need to cut 2 longer yarns. Take 1 first. Pass it through the gap of the yarn spinner. Tie it tightly. Use another one. Same method. Tie it tight again. Tie it twice and it will be done. Open the yarn ball maker. Take out the yarn ball. Cut off a long piece of yarn. Keep the other one. Tidy up the yarn ball. Uneven spots. Trim it. A perfect yarn ball is now ready. Then you can fix the ball of yarn to the carpet. Confirm the position. The hook goes through the carpet from the back. The long thread on the ball of yarn. Hook it to the back of the carpet. Hook one of them to the other grid. Finally, tie a knot and it's done. Go and try it now.